What's going on, guys? Awesome Joey here, and today we are going to be taking a look at the HyperX Alloy FPS RGB mechanical gaming keyboard. Pretty excited for this one. Like usual, I like to start off with the packaging. This is in a fairly basic cardboard box, little fold-out front. Nothing too spectacular with the packaging, but the packaging may be basic. The keyboard definitely isn't. So let's go ahead and open this up and see what's inside. Boo! Would you look at that? All right, first things first, there's no documentation or anything on top of the keyboard. It's just wrapped in some plastic here. Keep it nice and safe and looking good. Underneath it, though, there is the HyperX Alloy FPS RGB mechanical gaming keyboard quick start guide, which we won't be taking a look at because I like to just do it. Okay, and let's see here. HyperX has you covered. If you have issues with your HyperX product, you can contact their experienced team for a quick response and support. That's always nice to know that they've got your back. And then a little congratulations on joining the HyperX family. Wow, really nice to be part of the family. I'm looking forward to my adventure with HyperX. That is it. There's nothing else. Wait a minute. There's something else in the box. How could I forget? Look at this. All right, guys, here it is, the power cable. One really cool thing about this keyboard is it does have a detachable power cable, which is pretty cool, if you ask me. There's a few reasons why I like it personally. One reason is because I do travel quite a bit, and I do like to take my keyboards with me when I go. It's a nice braided cable. Looks pretty good, very strong. I probably wouldn't do any extreme sports with it, but I mean, you know, for powering up your keyboard, you're probably gonna be just fine. We're gonna take a quick break from this video to do a little ASMR. All right, guys, fresh out of the plastic, I noticed it's got an extremely sleek design, very minimal design. There isn't a lot of extra mumbo-jumbo bumping out on the sides or the top or anything, which I personally love. I like a smaller keyboard. I don't like to take up a lot of desk space, so less is best, in my opinion, when it comes to the design of the keyboard itself. So I'm really glad that this one is so sleek. One of the first things I noticed in the back is there is a port here for the mini USB, for powering up your keyboard, and then next to it we've got a USB port and then a little icon of a smartphone with a charging symbol. That is because this is specifically for charging your smartphone device, which is pretty handy. You don't have to reach under the desk behind your PC, and if you run out of ports or whatever, you got one there to charge. You're not going to be able to do any data transfer or anything. It is strictly for power, but it's still handy, and I think it's a nice little touch. All right, let's talk about the key switches. Now, those that are into mechanical keyboards or looking to be will know that they're very important. Some people like a more clicky switch, some people like a quieter switch, some people like it to be harder to press the buttons or softer to press the buttons. There's just so many variations and varieties, but for right now, let's talk about the switches that are inside this keyboard first. So the switches inside of this keyboard are the Kailh switches. It's actually Kailh, but they put like an H at the end, and it makes me want to say Kailh just because, anyways, moving on. The model of this switch is the Silver Speed switch by Kailh, and they actually boast that this switch is a little bit better than the standard mechanical switches on the market. I like to use Cherry MX Reds typically in the keyboards that I use, and they have an actuation point at 2 millimeters. That's 2 millimeters that you have to press down until the key works, basically. And so with these Silver Speed switches, the actuation point is only 1.1 millimeters down, so you just barely have to press down and the key works, which is pretty cool. I have not played any games on this keyboard yet. I will be, but I think it is kind of neat to see how that feels for sure. Now, as for the lifespan of these keys with the standard mechanical Cherry MX keys, they usually say between 20 and 50 million keystrokes, which should be anywhere from 10 to 15 years of continuous use. Again, Kailh's kind of upping it, I guess, and they're saying that these keys have a lifespan of about 70 million presses, which is pretty amazing. I haven't done the math, but I think that's closer to 20 plus years, so that's pretty insane. Now, the last thing that we're going to talk about with the keys is the operating force. So how much juice that it takes to actually press the key down. With my Cherry Reds, I know that it is 45 grams of weight down, boop, to push it down. And these keys are 40, so it's a lighter. I think that's where the whole Silver Speed comes from. It's a lighter key to press down, and you don't have to press it as far. So yeah, I'm really excited to give this a shot and do a little bit of typing on it later. So I want to plug this keyboard in and see how it looks with all the colors and things going on. I'm sure it's beautiful. Before we do that, I just want to flip it around though. On the back here, it's got these little kick out feet, and you just flip those out like that. It's going to prop up the back of the keyboard and give it a little bit more ergonomics, make it a little bit easier on your wrist for extended periods of gaming or desk work. Now, if you take a look at the function keys, F1, F2, and F3, those are actually there to select the different profiles for lighting. You can store up to 3 different profiles on this keyboard for different lighting effects. So maybe you want it to be, you know, strobe-like or whatnot. There's tons of different profiles. There's tons of different colors. I mean, millions of color combinations and such. So if you want to store specific ones, you can do that. They actually have software. HyperX does have software for that. It is called their Ingenuity software. So you can find that on their website, download it, and do all the customization that you want, and then store whatever you customize into those 3 profiles or any combination of those 3 profiles so that you can quickly switch between them. Maybe you want it to be a little darker in the room. You don't want your lights going crazy or whatnot. You can do that really, really simply. All right, this is what the keyboard looks like seconds after plugging it in. The RGB colors are already flowing, and it is looking absolutely gorgeous. As you can see from this view, that minimal design is so sleek and so nice. Let's see if we can check out some profiles here. F1, oh, this must be F1. All right, F2. Ooh, F2 is nice, that HyperX traditional. Well, I was gonna say traditional red, but it looks like it's actually doing the breathing thing. So it's kind of like breathing and alternating between colors right now. And then let's just check out the third. Looks like it is going to be, it's gonna stay blue. So the base profile stays blue, but it looks like the W, A, S, and D, and the 1, 2, 3, and 4 are in white. The only keys that are different. That's pretty neat though. That's pretty cool. So those are your 3 profiles. You've just got this one. You've got the breathing from the different colors, and then you've got the wave. Nice. One more thing I'd like to add, the keyboard isn't necessarily heavy. It has a little bit of weight to it, but it feels good, and that is partly because it is actually made with a solid steel frame, which I really, really like. If you do any kind of traveling or anything and you're moving around with this keyboard, you don't have to be extremely careful with it. Obviously, you don't want to be like smashing it on something, but the solid steel frame is awesome because it kind of keeps it together, not a lot of flex or anything, and everything's going to stay intact for the most part. Thanks so much for watching this unboxing / review of the HyperX Alloy FPS RGB mechanical gaming keyboard. If you guys are looking to pick one up for yourselves, I've dropped an Amazon link down in the description below where you can purchase one. I think that it's just shy of about $94 US dollars right now. So in my opinion, that's fairly good for this kind of steel construction. These seem to be quality switches. You got the colors, you got the profiles, the breakaway cable, a bunch of really good things about this keyboard. I think that it's definitely worth it and worth checking out if you're in the market for a new keyboard. As always, if this video helped you out in any way, toss me a like, subscribe to the channel for more content like this, and if you guys leave me a comment, let me know what you think about this keyboard, if you have the keyboard, if you're looking at getting it, and you can also let me know if there's any other products you'd like to see me review in the future. I appreciate you guys for coming by, take care, and have a great rest of your day.